Gentlemen, I need you to stop what you're doing and listen closely. That magnesium supplement you've been taking religiously, it's quietly sabotaging your manhood every single night. I know that's a tough pill to swallow, literally. You placed your trust in that bottle, believing you were doing something proactive and powerful for your health. But the uncomfortable truth is, you could take it for a year, and you'd still wake up feeling weaker, softer, and more frustrated than the day before. That bottle is a placebo, a false promise sold to millions of men who are just like you. Men who are proactive, who want to feel strong and vital, but who are being led down the wrong path by slick marketing and popular myths. My next years, I've dedicated my life to cutting through this exact kind of noise. My mission has always been to show men the real, science-backed path to reclaiming what's rightfully theirs, their vitality, their strength, and their confidence. I've sat across from thousands of men who felt betrayed by the very solutions they were told would work. I've seen the disappointment in their eyes, and I've made it my life's work to replace that disappointment with real, tangible results. The truth is, your body's real repair mechanism doesn't come from a mineral mine. It's far more elegant and powerful than that. It comes from a specific, powerful combination of two ancient fruits, eaten at a precise time, that activates your body's dormant 2 a.m. testosterone trigger. This isn't a complicated medical procedure or an expensive prescription. It's about working with your body's innate natural intelligence, not against it. For too long, we've been sold a lie. We've been told that the key to revival is all about our daytime effort, crushing it at the gym, sticking to strict diets, and swallowing a cabinet full of pills. And while those things are important for overall health, gentlemen, true revival, the kind that rebuilds your core strength and function, happens when the world is dark and quiet. It happens while you're asleep. Think about it. Your body doesn't build muscle while you're doing a bicep curl. It builds it afterward, while you're resting and recovering. The same profound principle applies to your manhood. There is a sacred biological repair phase that occurs between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. This isn't woo-woo science, it's well-established human physiology. This is when your pituitary gland releases a pulse of growth hormone. Your blood vessels expand to maximize circulation, and your body goes to work repairing the microscopic tissues that have been stressed during the day. Most importantly for you, the delicate tissues of your manhood, the smooth muscles and vascular networks that are essential for firmness, are meant to be rebuilt and reinforced during these precious quiet hours. This is your body's natural maintenance window. But if you don't provide the right raw materials during this time, that maintenance simply doesn't happen effectively. I'll never forget a patient, John, who came to me at 78 years old. He was sharp, intelligent, and had done everything he thought was right. He looked me right in the eye and said, "Doc, I've tried everything. I eat clean, I walk every day, and I take my magnesium. Why is nothing working?" His problem wasn't a lack of effort. It was a critical error in timing and ingredients. His body was starving for the right fuel during this critical nighttime repair window. He was trying to build a house without any lumber, and his frustration was completely understandable. And this is precisely why the supplement most men trust fails them utterly. We've been told that magnesium is the Swiss Army knife of minerals. And to be clear, it does have its place. Magnesium is great for general relaxation and calming nervous muscles. But let's be brutally honest here. Erections aren't about being calm. They are not a passive state. They are about powerful, dynamic blood flow, hormonal ignition, and muscular strength. It's an active hydraulic process that requires specific commands and specific building blocks. Here's the critical lack. Magnesium does not boost testosterone. It does not rebuild the smooth muscle tissue that acts like a trap door to hold blood in place. It does not force blood into the chambers that give you firm, lasting strength. Expecting magnesium to fix erectile challenges is like bringing a squirt gun to a forest fire. It's the wrong tool for the job, and while it might make a tiny bit of steam, it's ultimately ineffective and leaves you standing there feeling powerless. A man named Jim, 72, taught me this lesson in a way I'll always remember. He came into my office, proudly diligent, with his bottle of high-quality magnesium. He was doing everything right. Yet, when we ran his blood work, the story was clear. His testosterone levels were cratering, and he had critical deficiencies in other key nutrients. He wasn't broken, he was simply misled. He was pouring all his effort into the wrong solution. When we changed his strategy, when we stopped the misdirection and started focusing on what his body actually craved at night, everything changed for him. His entire physiology responded because we were finally speaking its language. So if not magnesium, what does your body desperately crave during this prime-time repair window? What is the signal it's waiting for? It starts with what I call the nitric oxide booster. This is the real key that unlocks the powerful vascular process that magnesium can only dream of influencing. All right, gentlemen, let's get right into it. I want you to picture this. It's late, you're getting ready for bed, and you take that magnesium supplement like you always do. You think you're doing a good thing for your health. But what if I told you that this nightly habit might be working against the very thing you want to fix? It's a tough thing to hear, I know. You've put your faith in that bottle. You hoped it was the answer. But the real story is, you could take that thing every single night for a year, and still wake up feeling just as frustrated. That bottle? It's not the miracle solution it's made out to be. It's a false hope that's let too many good men down. My name is Julia Reed. For the last 25 years, my entire job has been to help men like you cut through the confusion. The internet is full of bad advice and quick fixes. I'm here to show you the real path. The one based on science. To getting your energy, your strength, and your confidence back. I've seen it work time and again. Here's the real secret. Your body already has its own perfect repair system. It doesn't come from a chemical factory or a mine. It comes from nature. It's all about two specific fruits. When you eat them at just the right time, it's like you're flipping a hidden switch inside your body. A testosterone trigger that goes off around 2 a.m. while you're fast asleep. Now we've all been fed the same story. We think the answer is all in what we do during the day. Work out harder, eat stricter, take more pills. And that stuff is good for your health. Don't get me wrong. But true healing, the kind that rebuilds your manhood, doesn't happen when you're awake. It happens when you're deeply asleep, when the world is dark and quiet. There's a special few hours every night, roughly between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m., where your body does its best work. This is its maintenance shift. Your hormones surge, blood flow increases, and your body gets to work fixing the tiny muscles and tissues that are so important for your strength. This is when the real magic is supposed to happen. I remember a patient, John. He was 78 years old and had tried everything. He told me, "Doc, I'm doing everything right. Why is nothing working?" He was frustrated and felt like he'd failed. But his problem wasn't a lack of effort. It was a simple mistake in timing. His body was ready to repair itself at night, but he was giving it the wrong fuel. He was trying to build a house without any nails or wood. And that brings us right back to that bottle of magnesium. Look, magnesium isn't evil. It's fine for helping you feel relaxed. But let's be clear, erections are not about being relaxed. They are about power. They require strong blood flow, a jolt of testosterone, and muscle strength. Magnesium doesn't do any of that. It doesn't boost your testosterone. It doesn't rebuild tissue. It doesn't force blood where it needs to go. Using it for this problem is like using a water pistol to put out a house fire. It's just not the right tool for the job. A man named Jim, who was 72, taught me this. He was so diligent with his magnesium, but when we did his tests, his testosterone was low and he was missing other key nutrients. He wasn't broken. He was just using the wrong key for the lock. The second we changed his strategy and gave his body what it truly needed at night, everything turned around for him. So, if it's not magnesium, what does your body actually need at night? It's craving something I call the nitric oxide booster. This is the real key that starts the engine. Magnesium can't even turn on. Now, even if you get the fruits right, many men make a few simple mistakes at night that wipe out all their progress. They're unknowingly sabotaging themselves. After decades in this field, I've seen 3 bedtime mistakes more than any others. The first deadly mistake, the late night sugar spike. That cookie, that bowl of ice cream, that sweet snack right before bed. It's a silent killer of your progress. That sugar causes a massive spike in your insulin, which creates inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation directly attacks and damages the very blood vessels you're trying to heal and strengthen. You're trying to repair a road while simultaneously throwing potholes all over it. The second mistake is the nightcap. You might think that glass of wine or whiskey helps you unwind and fall asleep. And it does, but it's a trap. Alcohol is a neurotoxin. It might knock you out, but it completely destroys the deep restorative stages of sleep. That deep sleep is where 95% of your testosterone is produced. You're essentially sleeping through the only shift where the repair crew is supposed to show up for work. You're missing the most important part. And the third, perhaps most common mistake today, is the blue light trap. Scrolling through your phone, watching TV, or staring at a tablet right before bed, that blue light from the screen tells your brain that it's still daytime. It suppresses your melatonin production, the sleep hormone, by over 50%. No melatonin means you'll have shallow, unrestful sleep. And shallow sleep means missed repair cycles. You are literally robbing yourself of your own vitality, one scroll at a time. But gentlemen, this journey is about so much more than just biology. This isn't just about mechanics. It's about your identity. It's about looking in the mirror and seeing a capable, confident man staring back. It's about reclaiming intimacy and connection with your partner without that underlying fear or shame. It's about feeling whole again. I remember a patient who came to me with a simple, heartbreaking goal. He just wanted to be able to hold his wife's hand again, without feeling like he had failed her. He felt like less of a man. When we fixed the science and his strength returned, he got so much more than just function back. With tears in his eyes, he told me, "Doc, I didn't just get my strength back. I got my marriage back. That's what this is truly about. And I need you to hear this. Your body's blueprint for strength is still there. It never left. It is not too late. It is never ever too late to wake up feeling like yourself again. The plan to get there is simple. You don't need expensive prescriptions or complicated routines. Step 1. It's time to officially ditch the magnesium as your go-to solution for this problem. Step 2. 1 hour before bed, consume a serving of watermelon. This is your nitric oxide booster. Step 3. With your dinner, have 2 to 3 figs and a small handful of almonds. This is your arousal activator, giving your body the fuel it needs for the night ahead. Step 4. Eliminate those 3 deadly mistakes. Make your bedroom a sanctuary for sleep, dark, cool, and free from screens and sugar. Follow this protocol tonight. Be consistent. Your body wants to heal itself. You just have to finally give it the right key to unlock the door. So you now know the truth. Magnesium is a distraction. The real power lies in targeted nighttime nutrition, the nitric oxide booster, and the arousal activator. You have the blueprint. The choice is now yours. Will you continue down the same old path that doesn't work, or will you take action tonight? If you're ready to finally take back control, to do this the right way, I need you to type "I'm in" the comments below. Let me know you're committed. And do me a favor, subscribe and hit that notification bell. We're building a community here of men who choose real facts over empty fads. Gentlemen, your best years are not behind you. They're waiting for you to take that first simple step tonight. Let's get started.